Nicholas, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
We're here to talk about your debut feature-length film, Boys in the Trees.
Yep.
Congratulations on it. I sat late into the night last night watching it, and probably not the film to watch right before you go to sleep, but but there I was anyway. I'd like to go back with the film. I think a lot of people are going to be bringing up comparisons to things that are happening at the moment. Stranger Things, I'm sure, is coming up all the time. And but the script goes back quite a long time. I think it won an award in 2011.
Yeah, so that's when I wrote it in 2011, and I wrote it to hit that competition deadline because writers procrastinate, so they need deadlines.
It helps.
And that competition was a good one, and it was lovely that it won. It was a good omen, I guess. So it made me want to keep going with the script because I write a lot of other things and they don't all go into production, of course. This is my first. So but I do think there's just something in the air right now where, there are filmmakers like myself who all grew up watching certain things in the 80s and 90s and it's now influencing their work. So to be spoken of in the same breath as something as amazing as Stranger Things is fantastic.
When you saw the kids on the bikes in that and that sort of Elliot-esque character and all that sort of stuff where you're like, oh, I think everyone's going to compare me to this now.
Well, at least everyone knows how long it takes to get a film made. So,
that's
at
right.
least everyone knew that, there were a couple of people on YouTube who were going, oh, this is ripping off Stranger Things. And it's just like, yep, we watched it in July, wrote it, financed it, shot it, post-produced it, and got it out in 2 months.
That's how films work. Obviously, that's how it happens.
You do them in real time, yeah.
But, I mean, it does show that we are in this period where nostalgia is, people are really interested in it. And you've got such a, I mean, the soundtrack, for starters, is, incredible. Getting some of those songs in the film must have been a bit of a coup as well, because they're not songs that you often hear in films.
Well, yeah, like for me, these period films, especially these sort of 24-hour time capsule films, tend to have really strong soundtracks. Films like Stand By Me, American Graffiti, and
Donnie Darko.
Yeah, exactly. They really help set the tone, and so I wanted to be very specific. I didn't want to be broad brushstrokes and go, oh, it's the 80s, Walking on Sunshine. I wanted it to be songs that really resonated with me and felt really true to the characters and true to the moments in the film. So, I made this mixtape of the songs that I loved and put them in the script. And then we just went out and got them one by one. And it was funny, I kept expecting to be reined in and to have to compromise. And, I always had my A, B, and C options, but most of the time we got the A option, which was great. And the hardest one, of course, was Marilyn Manson, who was very reticent. Yeah. Because I think his work has been very misinterpreted over the years, and he's been blamed for some things that, of course, are beyond his control. But so I think he wanted to make sure he wasn't being exploited, but I wrote him a very long personal letter begging him and telling him how much he meant to me, and he said yes.
There you go. That's a tip for those of you at home. Write a long letter, and you can get what you need for your film. And having a executive producer like Gadinsky as well must have helped a little bit from the lack of resistance from the music side of things.
Oh, definitely. At one point we thought we'd cleared a Nirvana poster that's on the wall, and you have to clear those things. You can't just put them in a film. You've got to actually get permission, and we didn't have it. And we were like, does this mean we've got to call Courtney Love and ask her? But luckily, Gadinsky knows Dave Grohl, so they could get on the phone and work it out. And so what was going to be a very expensive problem became a very solvable one, which was great.
Nirvana does come up quite a few times in the film. I guess you're a fan, maybe?
Well, I mean, you can't escape their legacy. If you're in the 90s, the mark that Nirvana left, it was, you can't avoid it.
You were able to give Dave Grohl a shout out in the film as well, so.
Totally, exactly.
So everyone was happy.